Hey everyone, thanks for joining me today. This is Diana the Paper Pineapple, and I'm back with a flip through of weeks 25 and 26, I believe, and then I will have a process video of week 27. So I do apologize because I have my dog, he's eating and you can hear him chomping in the background, and I have my neighbor cutting grass, so you're gonna hear that noise too. Apologize for all the noises. What else? Yeah, so let's just get right into it. Okay, so briefly for week 24, I realized after I finished this spread here that I was missing still a lot of things. So I went and added some, I added this little insert here, my best friend's daughter, it was her quinceañera, and so I totally forgot to put pictures of that. So I made like a little insert in this. I went with my mother and my best friends from high school. It was like a little reunion, so it was so nice to see them all with all their kids and stuff. So we definitely had a great night. We took some photo booth pictures. Yeah, I have that displayed on my shelf here, so I don't have it in the book, but such a fun night. So then we had this, I already had this, and then I totally forgot that I wanted to add my kids' first day and last day of school. So that is tradition in my home. I've been doing it since the kids started their first day of school. Since like, what, kindergarten, preschool? I can't even remember how far I've been doing this, but so I wanted to definitely add this in here because it was the last day of school, June 6th was. So this is my daughter's first and last day of 11th grade, first and last day of 8th grade, and first and last day of 3rd grade. And then I did a little flip here. I added this yes, and a little tab here, and I journaled a little bit about what we do in my home for last day of school tradition. I always take the kids to In-N-Out. And so this time, my daughter's boyfriend, Victor, came along. And so I treated all 4 kids because, you know, Victor graduated high school. And so I wanted to treat him as well. So we had a great time there. Added this little sticker here from Tim Holtz. Find joy in the ordinary. Then I have this spread here. The day that I finished the Court of Thorns and Roses series. I wanted to journal about that. I added this little card here. I believe this is Studio Calico, Sunshine and a Good Book. And then this card is also from the digital collection. It's just like a library card, currently reading. I love this card. I should probably print more so I can document my books. My husband took us out for some burgers. This is like our favorite burger place in town. They have the best burgers and the best steak fries. So I usually get my avocado burger with grilled onions, and it was so yummy. And then later in the week, my son had his annual checkup and he was due for 2 shots. So I put I am brave. He had his little band-aids in his arms, and I promised him, like, if you don't cry and you're brave, I will take you to McDonald's and get you a Happy Meal. And he's like, I can do this. So I went ahead and took him to McDonald's. He definitely earned it. That's why I put this positive energy card talking about his experience there at the doctor's office. Then that following day, we watched How to Train Your Dragon, the live action movie, and that was really good. The only thing that we were kind of like, we all said was that it was very long. It was over 2 hours, but it was a good movie. We love the cartoon, the animated movie. So I added this little pocket here, put seeing things, little journaling tag here, and added our tickets back there just to add some, memorabilia and stuff in there. So that concludes week 24. I can't believe that I missed all of this stuff. So this is officially week 25. This week I started off with a sinus infection. Actually, it started the day that we went out to the movies. I kind of felt like a little sick that day, and it just progressed. And I thought, well, maybe it was just a cold, maybe it was just allergies. No, it was a bad sinus infection. And I never had sinus infection until my daughter, because my daughter has them, and some of the symptoms of it that causes it are contagious. So I think I've got it from her. So this was a perfect card, Harry document about this, and I just put because I was at the urgent care. Almost everything will work again if you unplug it for a few minutes, including you. So I thought that was suitable because I was so sick. I didn't want to do anything. I was not on social media. I just watched. I think I binged You, the final series of the final season of You. I watched that while I was sick. So this week was kind of like good and bad. We started off bad because I was sick. I couldn't do anything. My son, so my husband took my boys out because it was for Father's Day weekend. They went out to the mountains to go shooting. And then my son took off his boot because he felt something was in his shoe. So we think something crawled on his foot, and we think it was a spider that bit him, and he didn't realize it because not till later that evening his foot was really, but it looked like a mosquito bite. But we didn't see the two little, where the spider bite, like it bites or it inserts, its venom. So on his foot, he had two little dots here, and then all this was like dark green, like it was like infection, like the venom or whatever spread in his foot. And I saw it, and I was like, oh no, we gotta go to the urgent care. So we went back to the urgent care. I was there at the urgent care for like 4 or 5 visits for myself, my daughter, my son. Everybody was just like, okay, what's going on here? The whole family was at the urgent care this week. So I had this cute card. It said meh. So you had a bad day. So I was learning about my son's foot. He was on antibiotics. It was a spider bite for a whole week until finally his foot got better. But I was really worried because the swelling got all the way to his toes and all the way past his ankle. And my son is really, really thin. And for him to have like a huge foot, it just looks so off. But finally it got better, and he just took his antibiotics like a champ. So this was like a good and bad thing, but I'm glad they got together and made memories. Also, my son and I, this is a cute little pocket. My son and I read books. Well, I read books with all my kids, except with this exception of my daughter, because now we read actual big books together, like books that we are interested in. She'll read and then she'll recommend, and then I recommend to her, and so we'll go off like that. But this is a little journaling card, and this is just talking about my son and I. We read Where the Red Fern Grows. I read that as a 4th grader, and I thought it was suitable for my son and I to read, and so we finally finished it. I was still sick, he was still with his foot, and we watched, it's on Prime Video. We watched the actual same movie that I watched in 4th grade with my classmates, and it was so good. The book was actually really good. I didn't remember it being so emotional. I was like bawling my eyes out. I don't know. I'm a dog person, and yeah, well, that's all I'll say. It was just, I was bawling. My son and I were crying. The ending was so sad, but it was such a good book. It was a 5-star for us. Then later that week, well, actually this happens at the end of the week. I surprised my husband because it was Father's Day, and then it was his birthday. Just like for me in May, it's Mother's Day, and then it's my birthday. So it's like always a double whammy, but I managed to gather his friends together, a surprise birthday dinner, I can't even talk, at Cattleman's. And so we had all his friends go, and he was so surprised. He was so like grateful. It's so hard to surprise my husband. So here we are, and then these are all his friends, and so it was really nice. He wasn't expecting that. He had a cake. His friend's wife brought a cake from Eddie's Bakery, a big chocolate cake, and He was so happy. And then at home, I made him a dinner, and his favorite is tres leches cake, so I made him a tres leches cake, and he was so happy. So I added this little card here. I can't remember what collection it is from. I know it's, I think it's from Crepe Paper. I can't remember, but that's a cute card. And decided that would be it. Give me a second. Sorry, I do apologize for that. My other dog was eating the other dog's food, so I had to stop her. Okay, and then this, I added this little insert. Saturday, me and my crafty bestie, we do all the crafty things together, but she's also my best friend because we've been friends since the very beginning. Excuse me. Yeah, so we do all the things together. She's my ride or die. Amy, she's Crafty Chaos here on Instagram and on YouTube if you want to go check her out. Send her some love. But we had a craft fair, and so this is Jenny, like Amy's, used to be co-worker and friend, and we decided to go support her, and we visited her booth, and this is her and her husband, and she always does so well. I'm trying to remember her handle if you want to go check her out. She does have an Etsy shop. I'll try to link it here below so you can see. You could look her up on Instagram and her Etsy shop. It's Jenny Paper Crafts Creations, or Jenny's Paper Creations, I believe it is. I'll make sure, but I'll link it so you guys can see. Go check her out. And then she treated me to lunch, and we went to Chipotle for lunch. So really, really nice. It was like a good and bad week. So that was week 25, and then week 26. This marks the last week of, I believe. No, it was after, because the week 25 was the last week of school. This is the week after that, and so my husband's birthday's 1 week, and then the following week is my son's birthday. So we celebrated him. I added this little card that says "Let's eat cake and celebrate." Little tab here. Tradition in my home, all my kids have birthday pancakes on their birthdays. And then I added this. This is where we celebrated at my mom's house. He had cakes too. We have lots of cakes in our family. Different celebrations everywhere. I added this cute little ticket. I don't know if you could see. And then just describing that we celebrated at my mom's house, the date. And then this is at our home, in our house, his birthday cake, his 14. I can't believe my son's 14, he's going to high school. And then this is us here. My daughter wasn't in the picture because she was sick, and she said she felt like death and didn't want to be pictured, but she was there. And then this side here, I added a couple of snippets. This is my daughter's boyfriend. He is officially now sworn in and officially in the Air Force. He will be leaving soon. We're super proud of him. And then for my son's birthday, that weekend we went to Santa Cruz, and we spent we spent the whole day out there. It was such a blast. Here's some pictures of that. I'm probably gonna do a mini album of that day because we had so much fun. There's so many pictures that I want to document. This is like by far my favorite of the kids. And then that Saturday, Sunday was my daughter's last cheer camp because she's a senior this year. So they usually have different outfits for the day. So this was Saturday's outfit. And then I kind of journaled a little bit about that, and then just stamped out week 26. So this is the catch up between those weeks. As you can see, like a lot went on during these weeks, and I just couldn't keep up with documenting it all. But now I'm fully caught up, and I will document, I guess I should say, a process video of the last week of June, week 27. And I think I'm gonna wait because I have this is what's left of my Scrappy spiral notebook. I think what I'll do is I'll probably take out the extra pages and save it, maybe put it in the next book. and add them there, or if I need extras, or just, you know, just add them to that, because this is a chunky album notebook. I'm only going to document the rest of June, so that's like 6 months, and then I'll document the next 6 months in another Scrappy spiral notebook and call it good, because yeah, it is super packed. I can't even close the book. Yeah, see, it's like super chunky. It doesn't even close. See how big that is. And I'm suspecting also that the next notebook is going to be super fat too. So after seeing this, I'm determining that I probably won't do another Scrappy spiral notebook. It's just not big enough for documenting the year. So I think I will go back to pockets for the next year. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I have an extra album. I think I have a 6x12 that I will probably use. If not, I'll probably do another 9x12. But yeah, that's what I've determined after all of this. So stay tuned. I will have a flip through of my completed first 6 months, and it'll probably be just with music in the background, just because throughout the year I do go through my weeks in detail, and I feel like I don't need to have to do that again. So if you guys are interested in seeing that, you guys can go check out the playlist, the Project Life 2025 playlist up till now. So I will do that, and then hopefully start my next notebook soon. So I will have a process video soon as I get the notebook, and I'll see you guys then. Thank you so much for joining me. I do apologize for not being regular on here. It is the summer. I've officially had my last day of work, summer school. So now I have a whole month to myself to do fun things. So I do hope that I get to upload more videos for you guys. So stay tuned for that. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. And I hope you guys have an amazing day and a wonderful weekend. So, all right, I will talk to you guys till the next video. Okay, bye.